Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another virtual visit. I'm Cara Green, your chamber coordinator. Today with me is Todd Relford of Frosty Woodworks, who is really eager to tell you all about the variety of services that he offers both directly to consumer and to his fellow business owners. I just want to thank you guys all for coming out to our Welcome to the Neighborhood party this weekend. It was awesome to see smiling faces once again on Main Street. And if you were out this weekend, chances are that you saw some of Todd's works in a variety of the shops, whether it be for sale or displaying some other businesses' products. Before we get started, I just want to remind everybody that we love to hear your questions, and so if you want to put them in the comments section, we'll try to get to as many as possible. But of course, we follow these videos too later on, and we'll try to follow up with any questions that we might miss during our live segment. With that, I'll have Todd introduce himself and tell us a little bit about how it is that you ended up in this trade.
Hi, Todd Relford, owner and operator of Frosty Woodworks. And I've pretty much been in the woodworking trade most of my life. I started building bookcases at 15, waterbeds at 18, and have just kind of continued building whatever was needed through the years for either myself or other companies.
Sure. Very cool. So now you're from Cumberland, right?
Originally from Rice Lake,
Okay.
by way of Tampa, Florida. In '86, I moved back to Cumberland rather than Rice Lake, and have pretty much been here since.
Okay, so what made you choose then to start your own business here?
I think a lot of it just came down to, living here. There's quite a tourist trade that comes through, and just the fact that it's just a great community to not only the community in general, but a community of makers, builders, and business owners that really support each other.
Absolutely. There's just a wonderful sense of community in this town.
Yes.
So behind us is some of your products, and maybe tell us a little bit about these products, because that's really what makes your business very unique.
Yeah, I chose to start making bag boards simply because during the pandemic, you had to stay 6 feet apart. Well, you're 21 feet apart. And I thought that would be a good way for people to still get together and commune with each other and still stay apart. So that's how I kind of chose that to start with this. Now I'm kind of known as the bag board guy.
But you have a lot of other products.
Oh yes, I do. Yeah, and being in this field for so long, I just didn't want to make kitchen cabinets and things like that. I wanted to make things that were kind of cool and interesting, like my tagline.
Yes.
And so I chose to go this route, and then as we started to sell more of the bag boards, then the drinkies came along, because, well, you gotta have a place to put your cold one.
That's right. That's right.
And then they have store pads in them. So, and this is an exclusive design to Frosty Woodworks, as of right now, anyway. And so that's kind of how I went with last summer when I was displaced because of COVID from my job. So I went with lawn or outdoor games, and I have yard Yahtzees, the drinkies, this. Other items that are in the works, or I'm forgetting at the moment.
Well, for a list of all your products and photos of these really unique things, they can go to your Facebook page, right?
Yes, at Frosty Woodworks, yes. And I try to take pictures of everything, no matter how big or how small, or how popular or not, and put it up on the page. I'm not quite as diligent as I should be.
But a little more time in the shop, a little less time online.
That's just it. I'm pretty busy building, designing, and doing many other things. Sometimes I don't always get to getting stuff posted. I'm hoping to get a post up today, so if anybody wants to go to Frosty Woodworks, you might see some of the neat, cool things that we're building right now.
Awesome. So that's kind of just one half of your business,
yes.
really.
Yeah.
Another thing that people might have seen were the displays that you help small business owners with.
Right. And that is something that kind of came out of my 25 years in retail marketing displays. I decided that if you're going to build something, then you have to have a way to display it. And I'm probably the worst person, because I have many things that I don't even have displays for that I'm building. So I'm putting them on top of other things and stuff when I go to pop-ups and such. And yeah, so I was contacted by a few local businesses to make some displays for them. Rather than their products being laid out on a counter, we're going to give them a small footprint so that they're displayed in more of a retail fashion.
Absolutely, and they look great. The ones you did for Sugarwood are
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah. Those I think just hit within the last couple of weeks, and I'm hoping to get more of that work from both Shayna, and then I've done some work for Lingentree, and so that's kind of where I'm starting. I'll do the design and get feedback, and then we'll just kind of go from there.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And with these displays, it's almost a part of branding,
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
So,
Yeah. Even myself as a small business owner, you want your brand to be out there so that people recognize it. So, and a lot of times that's hard for a small business to do.
yes.
They concentrate so much on product that they don't realize that walking by a store and seeing something that tells them exactly what that is, I mean, whether it be, Sugarwood or whether it be Lingentree, one of the two, I mean, you should know immediately when you see that brand what that is.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, it's great to have somebody who can help with that because, these small business owners, sometimes it's something they don't think about,
Right.
or something they just don't have the time to do.
And now I've been approached about making T-shirts for small business owners. Kind of a side hustle right now, but it's still part of the branding.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
All
yeah.
those things go hand in
Yes,
hand.
yeah.
Very
You
much
need
so.
to get your name. You need to get your name out there.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So, obviously, you've accomplished quite a bit in the last year. What do you have for goals now going forward?
Well, I would like to expand my shop to a little bit more of maybe the higher end stuff. Working in a small shop with a limited number of tools, you are seriously limited by space and by machines. And so I would like to expand as I grow. I don't want to do kitchen cabinets and stuff like that, but there are some ideas that I have that I just don't have the room and the equipment for. Yep.
Yeah, well-
That's kind of my goal right now, is just to kind of get a little bit bigger,
Not too fast, but just-
well, I just say I still want my control.
Yes.
And I still want to use my years of experience and stuff. But that doesn't mean that there's an apprentice out there somewhere that wants to learn how to do woodworking, which seems to be a lost art. That I wouldn't be opposed to speaking with him.
Absolutely. Well, good to hear. So now those are your dreams for your business. Do you have any, I guess I should say this, what would you like to see in the future of Cumberland?
Well, because brick and mortars are having such a hard time now with the internet, and not only that, but big box stores and the like, I think that small communities really need to come together and support each other. The maker, craftsman, artisan community is great and alive and well in Cumberland. And I guess I would like to see every store have something made by local artisans in it, whether it be me or someone else.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, just to offer the variety to anybody that happens to be living here or coming through.
We absolutely have seen a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Your items are in White Willow, correct?
Yes, yep, I was contacted by them, and I think it went well. I guess I haven't been in contact with anybody down there yet as far as how well it went, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it would be very cool to see more of that. Your small towns sometimes do struggle when the community doesn't get behind them. So I think we can all agree that if we all just shop more locally a
Right.
little bit more, then we can continue to enjoy this beautiful downtown that we've got.
Yeah, you might not always get the staples, but I think that you'll find some of those the artisan products that you're not going to find at a Walmart or
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So it does look like we have a few questions, and I just realized I sat just a little too far away to read these. So let's see if we've got any that we need to address. Well, you're getting lots of love. Lots of people do enjoy your things already. So they've obviously been to some of the pop-ups and seen your stuff, or maybe hit up White Willow this weekend.
Sure.
Now, these boards are actually for somebody, aren't they?
Yes, they're for the Taste of Cumberland. I believe that they will be raffled off. And the boards and the drinkies, I think, I'm not sure if they go together as a set or if it's separate, but I was contacted and I made them for them.
Well, they turned out beautiful, and so if you guys want to be able to win these, you'll just have to check out the Taste in Cumberland, which I believe they have a Facebook page and they do have a website. It evades me right now, but if you just search for Taste in Cumberland, then you'll be able to find all the information about buying tickets and your chance to win some of Frosty Woodworks' beautiful work here. Thanks, Todd, for sitting down with me and discussing your, I would say, up-and-coming business. You've seen a lot of success in the last year, and hopefully that it just continues to compound and grow. We love seeing makers and creators do well in our community. It is one of the things that makes Cumberland just unique and a very cool place to live. You can find a whole collection of examples of Todd's work on his Facebook page, Frosty Woodworks. Make sure that you like his page to keep up to date with the new products and potential pop-up shop locations in the future. I know you're a busy guy, but I know you love making time.
I like doing
for
pop-ups.
those. Yes.
I like doing pop-ups. It's always fun to meet people, outside of the realm of coming to my shop and picking something up.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And now, too, I think I forgot to mention this. You have examples of your works, but a lot of your things can be customized, correct?
Yes, yep. I can do customization now. This is kind of the standard design that I use after a few months of going through different designs I drew up on the computer. This design, or not necessarily these colors or this, but just the black lines and stuff, seems to be the most common liked design that I make. So, but if you see something else that you want, I've just got done doing a San Francisco 49er boards. But they wanted something a little different, so they sent me a picture and I was able to copy it. And also if I did some boards for a recent, I think it was a wedding that had a monogram on them, and it was very nice. So yeah, I do have the ability to do a lot of custom work now. So.
Awesome. Well, they just got to reach out to you, right?
Yes, that's all I do. Go to Frosty Woodworks. You can message me, and we'll start the whole process.
Wonderful. Thank you guys all for joining me. I appreciate you taking the time to sit down and watch these and learn a little bit more about what there is to offer in Cumberland. I'm really excited. Next week, I'm going to be sitting down with Jasmine of JJS Photography, and we're going to talk about tips for taking photos, when and how you might go about getting a photo shoot done with her, as well as how she found success in this little town. Thank you very much, and we will see you next week.